Hey everybody, welcome to week 6 of class. This week we are going to be spending some time looking at the presidency of Thomas Jefferson and James Madison. Now, one of the things I want to remind you of that we looked at last week had to do with foreign affairs, specifically under Washington and Adams's administration. And one of the things that we see is that there is tension building between the United States and that of Britain and France. Of course, Britain and France have been at war with one another, and one of the ways that they have attempted to destroy each other's economy is by impressing and halting American merchant shipping into each of those regions. And what that's doing is it's taking a neutral country. In fact, George Washington stated in his neutrality proclamation that the United States would be friendly and impartial to all belligerent powers. But the reality is that because we continue to engage in the merchant economy, we were dragged into this war and this conflict. And over time, we're going to see that the conditions get even worse, to the point that during James Madison's administration, we are going to declare war against Great Britain. Now, there's a number of reasons for why we go to war with Great Britain. I'll talk about that in the lecture this week. But just understand that one of the things we're going to be focusing on is the coming of the War of 1812. And a lot of it has to do with just sour relationship between Great Britain and the United States. And of course, France is caught in this as well. The other topic that we're going to be focusing in on, besides the War of 1812 itself, is the Louisiana Purchase. And the Louisiana Purchase, 1803, $15 million, more than doubles the size of the country. One of the things that this does is it allows for the United States to be able to move west into what many Anglo-Americans called the frontier, and to settle the West, bringing with them their political, social, cultural, and religious institutions, among other things. And of course, the reality is that this displaces a number of Native Americans, destroys their culture, there's ecological and environmental damage. Mexico will get brought into what eventually is called manifest destiny, the idea that the United States is going to spread from sea to shining sea, and part of that is fostered by the purchase of the Louisiana Territory under Thomas Jefferson's administration. And one of the things you're going to note is that Jefferson, for the most part, and the Democratic Republicans tended to be strict constructionists of the Constitution. But once Jefferson steps into the office of the presidency, some of that strict constructionism kind of goes out the window, so that Jefferson can do some of the things that he wants to do. So, but that's what we're going to be looking at this week. Of course, you've got your discussion boards due, and you guys seem to be getting a handle on that. The only other thing just to bear in mind is that you do have a midterm exam coming up in just a couple weeks. And that midterm exam, of course, will cover the content and topics that we've looked at essentially from week 1 up through week 7. So just be aware. At this point, hopefully you're taking in all the material and you're keeping up on the reading. So, but if you have any questions, contact me. I'll get back to you. Otherwise, as always, go in peace. Be warm and filled. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper, and may the odds forever be in your favor. Have a blessed week, guys.